Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had two complaints with Donny van de Beek before Man Utd sacking. At the current time of writing, it's expected Donny van de Beek will leave Manchester United on loan. Both Crystal Palace and Everton are keen on the Netherlands international, who has barely featured under both Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ralf Rangnick during his time at Old Trafford. And the former had two problems with the midfielder throughout his time in the dugout. Back in the summer of 2020, Solskjaer made it clear he wanted the club to sign Jack Grealish from Aston Villa. However, with the England international deemed too expensive at £75 million, the Red Devils then splashed the cash on Van de Beek instead. It was seen as a shrewd move at the time, with the 24-year-old previously shining for Ajax. Yet now, 18 months on, it would be no understatement to say the transfer hasn't worked out. For anybody, from the club to the player, Van de Beek is now edging closer to leaving the Red Devils on loan. Crystal Palace are understood to have agreed a deal with United, who are adamant no buyout clause is included in any potential arrangement. Think you know sport? Test your sporting knowledge with our tricky quiz, but Everton can't be discounted either, with incoming boss Frank Lampard eager to welcome the Dutchman to Goodison Park. Van de Beek's absence from United's starting side has long been a mystery. Yet The Athletic said in November, mere days before Solskjaer's sacking, that the Norwegian wanted more in training and in matches from his number 34. It appears he wasn't impressed by Van de Beek's performances behind the scenes, hence why he was regularly left out. And when it comes to matches, Solskjaer's stance was understandable. Don't miss 4 Man United players West Ham could accept in Rice swap deal. Abramovich backs punishment for Chelsea striker Lukaku. 6 players Liverpool could axe this year. Van de Beek would often struggle to make his mark when he started, with the pace and physicality of the Premier League difficult for him to cope with. He was flat in their 1-0 Carabao Cup defeat to West Ham in September. And when Van de Beek started United's 1-1 Champions League draw with Young Boys, he did very little to endear himself to Rangnick. United, according to the publication, signed Van de Beek because the fact he was available for a reduced fee appealed to them. And he was also brought in amid an expectation that Paul Pogba may depart. With Pogba staying at United to this point, however, Van de Beek hasn't been given the chances many supporters feel he deserves. Now, the onus is on him to shine at Everton or Palace and prove why fans are so determined to see him play. Speaking earlier this month, meanwhile, Rangnick insisted he actually wanted Van de Beek to remain with his side. "I am glad to have him in the squad, he is always performing at a high level in training," he said. "I had a conversation 2 weeks ago and advised him to stay until the end of the season. He wants to play in the World Cup and Louis van Gaal told him he needs to regularly play. I understand it, but we have a lot of competition in our squad." Van de Beek may be joined by Jesse Lingard out of the exit door. Lingard is wanted by Newcastle and West Ham and is eager to depart on loan before the transfer window slams shut.